I would say to backtest the strategy as much as they can. Always good to have more data.
Hi, Mac. How are you?
Hey, hi Simon. How are you doing today?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Thanks for doing the interview. Thanks for taking the time out. If you could introduce yourself, tell us a bit about yourself, where you're from, where you're living, how long you've been trading, that kind of thing.
Sure, sure. Well, thanks for having me here today. And my name is Awaise Khan. I come from India, from a city,
Mm-hmm.
Hyderabad. And if I must say, Hyderabad is also famous for its biryani. I mean, that's the most popular dish here.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could say it is also called as City of Pearls,
City of
since
Pearls.
yeah, so there are a number
Mm-hmm.
of various pearls industries in the city as well.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's much about where I come from.
Okay,
And
cool. All right. So, how long have you been trading?
for me, I think I my trading journey actually started back in 2019. So I
Mm-hmm.
think
Mm.
I've been in the markets for almost more than 3 years now.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
been quite a journey. I started in the Indian stock market
Yeah.
initially, right before the COVID-19 has hit the world. So I started in January, but then I started exploring the different segments as well as different instruments in the
Mm-hmm.
stock market. Yeah, and then finally,
What's that? What's that? The Nifty 50? Is it?
exactly, yeah, the
Yeah.
Nifty 50 and the Bank Nifty. I mean, I traded stocks, equities as well. That's what, like, I
Mm.
kept exploring all the options which would
Mm.
suit me the best.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I acquired a lot of knowledge from a lot of my mentors.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Thankfully, I remember each and every word of them today, and it's been working really well.
Good stuff. Good to hear. All right. So what do you trade now? Are you still trading the Nifty, or you moved on to other things?
And I mean, the first year of where I started, I mean, I used to trade in Indian markets, so I moved from Indian markets because it was not suiting me. I don't know why. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to have a broader exposure towards the international markets and the macroeconomics of the global
Yeah.
market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I initially got into crypto. Like, what happened is,
Okay.
first year of my Indian stock market, I took a gap because I have blown up more than 3 to 4 accounts in the initial stages,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh my god, I was stressing, and I was really struggling to collect the capital to trade as well. So
Mm-hmm.
initially, I struggled a lot with my to collect capital and trade with, especially in India here. I used to trade with like $500 to $600, and when you trade with $500 to $600, the psychology is completely different.
Yeah.
And what you think is to make more money or flip the account to 2x and 3x, and eventually you end up blowing the account. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what happened with me as well. But then, with time, I have mastered the psychology and the way actually the hedge fund managers and the traders trade with.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, so I actually, what happened in the first year, I stopped trading right after I blew few accounts, and then I took up a job. I used to work as a project planner for the GCC Gulf countries, and
Mm-hmm.
then eventually I collected some capital, and then I came across FTMO. Says, I mean, I totally got exposure to the prop firm industry.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's very good. I mean, that's actually a game changer for any traders, right? So
Yeah.
the
It is. It's a big
problem,
change. Yeah.
right? The major thing that uh, the traders lacked was with the capital.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was a game changer for me. But then there was, I mean, they used to not give crypto, I think, as an asset to trade in.
No, not originally. No, I don't think. No. No.
Yeah, so I just traded crypto on my own funds. But then what I saw was Forex is the only very common market that every prop firm was providing. So I'm like, why not trade Forex when you can trade for
Mm-hmm.
cryptos and stocks?
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, I started searching for the best platform to go with. But then FundedNext is something I choose because uh, you know I've been looking for this. Uh, since this is registered in UAE, I think I saw this coming that the prop firm industry would have some or the other backlash.
Some of the
The
issues that's
regulations would
going on
hit.
at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the regulations would hit because it is not that easy to keep running as you're doing. Well,
No.
FundedNext was good, as well as the 15% that you're sharing from my challenge pieces, that was actually very that was a hook for me to get into FundedNext.
Yeah, it's a nice incentive. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well,
So
that's
what are you
about it.
trading with FundedNext then? Are you trading FX still?
Right. I'm currently trading Forex, but not every pair, but then I stick to only EURUSD.
Okay, just the major USD. Sure,
Yeah,
makes
just
sense.
made it.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So how do you trade that? Are you a day trader, swing trader?
Yeah, I'm actually a day trader, not exactly a scalper, not a swing as well, but there's this, I've got into smart money concepts. The day I
Oh,
learned
okay.
smart money concept, that was actually a game changer for me, because the way I used to trade earlier was totally different. The whole psychology, the whole discipline gave a U-turn when I learned SMC as well as the ICT concepts. So
Yeah,
currently,
exactly.
I use ICT concepts, and I trade
Okay.
the London and the New York session.
Okay. So
Yeah.
smart money concepts, euro dollar, London and New York. So you're looking basically for order blocks, FEGs, that
Yeah.
kind of thing, structure shifts, that kind of thing on the lower time frames.
Yeah, I basically trade on the 5 minute time frame, but
Yeah.
then I so map my structures on the 15 minutes, and I
Yeah.
take entries in the 1 minute. So, I mean, my strategy is very simple. I keep it. I keep it really simple. Like if I take one good trade in the morning, like in London, I don't trade New York. I'm
No.
good with one trade, having 1:2.
Yeah.
So 1:2 is my go-to strategy. Like that is the main RR I go with. The average is 1:2. Sometimes depends. If the market is nice and ranging, then I would go for another 1:3 or 4. Depends on how the market is and how the volatility is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Eurodollar normally sets up something in London, doesn't it? It's one of those early movers, much more early mover than the US indices. Okay,
Right.
so ICT concepts. Okay, do you trade around time in particular, or are you just looking for setups based on order blocks and FEGs?
Yeah. Initially, the primary strategy would be. The idea is to trade the liquidity sweeps.
Yeah.
I most focus on the Asian range, how the
Okay.
Asian
Yeah.
has
Okay.
been ranging, or it has
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
sideways.
Yeah.
Depends on how the Asian work. But then I basically trade the lows and high. When the lows are the high of the Asian get sweep,
Yeah.
I immediately
Okay.
get in and
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to.
Okay. So you use Asia as your range, and then you look for liquidity sweeps, opposing liquidity sweeps, and then distributions to the high or the low. Sure. Okay, makes sense. Perfect. Can you show a past trade by some example,
Yeah, sure. I
or
can.
maybe just your FundedNext dashboard if you're uncomfortable sharing the strategy?
Sure. Just share my screen. Well, if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see Eurodollar 5 minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So my chart is very simple and clean. I don't use any indicators and
No.
nothing of such.
Best way. Nice, clean,
Yeah. Nice and
naked
clean.
chart. Yeah. Just the
I only
sessions.
use
Just
this. I only use this sessions indicator. That is quite helpful because it gives me
yeah.
the ranges, the time differences when the session starts. So I take 2:30 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time, to 11:30 as my Asian range.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see today I actually got a really good trade when the low of the Asian has been
Okay.
swept. The liquidity has been
Okay.
swept.
Okay. So down candle formed in liquidity. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Sure. Yeah. And then you
Liquidity
played off that.
swept
So
here.
yeah.
And the euro US dollar showed me some signs of bullish nature here. It gives a change of character as well. Basically, it's simple. Like, I see for a liquidity sweep, and then I wait for the market to tell me that yes, I'm going to go up or I'm going to go down. And then I just go along the trade, have my stop loss below this low or the high, and simply target a 1:2, a very realistic 1:2.
1 to
That's
2.
it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
1:2.
You're not looking at previous price action. You're just simply looking for a 1 to 2 trade.
Right. Just 1:2 was one, and then like I said, it depends on the market. Like today, I have seen, according to 15 minutes market structures, the euro US dollar has been bullish, even yesterday and today. So what I could have done is target the nearest high of the last session's the highest liquidity is. I could have done that, which eventually came back, but then I booked somewhere around these highs, the Asian highs. Still a good target.
Yeah. Do you take full exit, or do you leave partials to run for for further setup, further higher take profits?
No, I actually take the complete.
Take completely off at 1 to 2. Sure. Okay.
Booking partials. I mean, I never got used to it, and I did not make much sense for me. And I think one thing that I learned from my early mentors is when you take a trade, I mean, that would be helpful for any new beginners out there, that when you take a trade, think twice, thrice, or even 10 times right before you take a trade. And then when you get into your trade, you have your entry, you have your stop loss, as well as you have your target. Do not think right after you take a trade. So that's what I generally do. I have my stop loss, I have my target, hard stop loss and target at place, and just forget it. I just go away from my screen. I don't even look at it. Eventually, it is either my target or it is either my stop loss, and I'm happy taking both of them.
Yeah, you don't actively manage, you don't micromanage. You simply place the trade, and then just if it hits, take profit. Great. If it hits stop loss, fair enough. Sure. Okay. Cool. Good strategy for Eurodollar, especially London session. So how would you trade New York? You would use the London session high now?
Yeah, most probably I'd use that. But then, like I said, I have this rule that I made that again came up after I have backtested this strategy for about a year and more. That, when you get a trade in the morning, you don't really have to take another trade in the evening.
No. Sure. Okay. So say London was a a small range, you'd probably end up taking a trade in New York. And if London was a big range, you probably wouldn't trade New York, something like that.
If I made a loss in the London session, then I would probably go with the New York.
Yeah.
And I think the rule that I made for myself in this strategy is that I don't take more than 2 losses. The day I get -2 trades, that's it. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll just keep tomorrow. Yeah.
What percent of your account are you risking per trade? Is that something you manage like that? Is it a set percentage or set amount?
Yeah. I actually only risk 1%, or maybe
1% per trade.
1% sometimes. Yeah. Not more than that.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you just focus primarily on Eurodollar? You don't look at any other majors?
Yeah, not currently, but the strategy that I use for this, that's been working very well for EU, basically, Euro dollar.
Yeah. Okay.
So I did not, I just didn't go with the other pace because that's been working very well. So I don't have to go to the other, as long as,
Eurodollar's, it's a good pair to trade, much better than cable, much better than a lot of the other FX pairs. So have you backtested this strategy? Do you have a win rate and some other statistics?
I actually backtested this for I think 1.5 years. Past year.
Okay.
And the statistics says that if I take a 1:2 as an average risk reward ratio, the win ratio is above 60%. If I execute it religiously, without any emotions involved, it is more than 60%. And I think that's very good to have. Yeah.
That's perfectly acceptable, especially with a 1 to 2 risk reward. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. Are you able to share your FundedNext dashboard just so we can take a quick look at your past performance? So currently on a 15K account, is that correct?
Yeah, I actually have a funded 15K, and then I'm trying to pass the another 200K account currently. It's in phase 2. Hopefully that will be passed in this week.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. Good luck with that. Okay. So 15K account, risk reward 1 to 2.
Around 1
Yeah, close. Win rate 66, which basically qualifies what you just said with your backtesting. So perfect.
That's a fresh pick. I think I just requested a payout today itself, so that's today's trade.
Okay. Gotcha. So using a pretty much. So how would you find Eurodollar spread and slippage on FundedNext? Are you trading on MT4 or 5?
I trade on MT5, and the spreads have been almost raw in the New York, basically.
Yeah.
And that's very good. I mean, even in London, it's not much. There's only one or two pips, hardly.
Yeah, no, it's particularly good Eurodollar, isn't it? FundedNext. Yeah, I think the Growth Next MT5 server. It's LMAX and is it global prime liquidity pools? So it's pretty much a zero spread most of the time. So it's excellent trading conditions. Okay, thanks for sharing all that information. It's very helpful. Any other Any other advice to traders who are struggling to get funded with FundedNext, or any prop firm for that matter?
Sure. So, I mean, I think all the new traders out there, because I've been there, I would say to backtest the strategy as much as they can,
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
you would build up the confidence in your strategy only when you backtest it enough. So I know it doesn't matter what someone says. If you even I have friends of mine who doesn't trade SMC or ICT, but then just simply trade based on trend lines and basic price action. But then they are very successful as well as profitable only because they have an edge and they believe in their edge that they can do it, and they have been doing it without emotions involved. So it doesn't matter which strategy you use, everything works as long as you have your own edge and your own way of executing it, and you're disciplined enough to execute it. So backtest enough and collect the data, journal your trades. Journaling, I think it's again very big, um, also a game changer, I can say, in terms of trading.
Yeah,
So just
helped you tremendously, did. Yeah. Okay. How did you go about backtesting your strategy? Did you use any particular software, or you just TradingView?
Yeah, trading wave is mostly that I backtested on, but then again there is a bit of restriction in the trading view. You cannot go back in a
Yeah,
bigger time
yeah.
frame.
Especially on the lower time frames, it's pretty restrictive,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
I
So did you
use
use some other platform?
Right. I use FX replay,
Mm-hmm.
and that's been helpful because they really have a very big range of data back from
Yeah,
2004, I guess.
yeah, yeah. It's like
That's
7
been very,
years, I think, of Eurodollar data. Yeah,
yeah. I think 1 to 2 years is also enough to begin with,
yeah,
but it's always good to have more data.
yeah. No. FX Replay is a great platform. Looks just like TradingView, but obviously offers that more lengthy historical data. Okay, so we touched on that. Okay, so any suggestions to FundedNext? How they could improve their offerings, or are you completely happy with the Stellar account and the platform?
Yeah, I'm really happy with what we have currently, but one thing I would suggest is to get a bigger fund. I mean, as in right now we have 200K as the max cap limit, right? So why not have 300 to 400 or even further than that? That would be helpful. Yeah,
Okay,
I think that's one.
I'm sure that will come with time, maybe. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add before we can finish the interview?
Yeah, I think pretty much that what I had to say.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for your time. Good luck with the 200K funded account. I'm sure you'll pass that with flying colours with your strategy. And good luck with the ICT concepts. Certainly does give you an edge trading Eurodollar and the other indices. So, yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mark.
All right. Thank you so much,
have a good
Simon. Mia, you too have a good day.
Cheers. Bye.